is it the Green County?
Yes.
Yeah, and we are happy to come for the Jukwaa la Usalama. This is county number 25. Kajiado was our half of the counties we have visited, or we crossed the half with Kajiado, and our objective was to ensure that we reach as many people as possible who are on the grassroots on matters security and service delivery. Jukwaa la Usalama's objective is to listen to the people and to give them an opportunity to inform government policy, but also to give us feedback on our performance. And as a result of this process, we have made significant changes in the policy and implementation of government programs from the day we started in Mombasa. And our objective is to ensure that before the end of the year, we'll have visited all the counties in the Republic, and thereafter we will have a Jukwaa la Usalama report that will help us track the issues that the people raised on the ground, and then we will be held into account based on the issues also that have been requested by the citizens. I have had a meeting with the County Security Committee, and we have, first let me start by saying that Kericho is one of the most peaceful counties in the country. Compared to many other counties across the nation, Kericho is relatively a very peaceful county. And even if you compare with the challenges we have in the Rift Valley region, Kericho, just like Nandi, Uasin Gishu, among others, is one of the most peaceful counties. Even then, we still have challenges that have been shared by the county security team. There has been a perennial challenge of cattle theft and livestock theft at the border of Kisumu and Kericho County. This has largely been contained by the security team. We want to thank the members of public for being very supportive, especially along the areas of Nyakach, Sondu, and appreciate the fact that so far that has been contained. I'm happy also that the security team do not just focus on the thieves, but also on the butcheries where these livestock were being slaughtered, and this has helped contain this problem by going to the source. I'm happy also that it's not just about containing, but about 25 people or so are facing charges which are in various stages. Some are still in confinement because they were unable to raise the bail terms that have been imposed on them. And so that is why we have relative calm in the border between Kericho and Kisumu. On the other issue that has bothered Kericho for some time is the question of land issues. They are generally Rift Valley, generally from particularly what was the old White Islands, from Trans Nzoia, Uasin Gishu, Nandi, here now in Kericho, Kajiado, and the same will be Narok and Bomet, is that when you go to places where the land is fertile, productive, challenges always come in are about land. Land issues related to multinationals and the locals, land issues that are related with public land being grabbed, especially in urban areas like this town, land issues that are related with conflict. This community versus the other community, especially along the border between here and Kisumu, especially Moroni areas and all those parts. And I'm happy to note also that those are being contained. They are being managed in a peaceful manner. Land claims also in this town related to public land versus community, public land versus multinationals versus community. Those issues continue presenting challenges, and some of which are historical land injustices. The Ministry of Lands is handling them, and I'm happy that, unlike in other places, it has not exploded in Kericho to the extent that it is posing a threat to citizens' safety. And I'm confident that through the Lands Ministry and the county government and the national government, these issues are going to be settled amicably, and that squatters and other people who need land here are going to be settled in a proper way. Public facilities also here most of them are still in properties that are held by multinationals. As you very well know, Karenga airstrip until recently has been part and parcel of multinational tea farm, and I'm happy that also these are being settled, so that then development can progress here, particularly the expansion of this town, and the question of development of the airstrip is now almost, we are at a stage where we can say that land is soon going to be given to KH to expand the airport of Kericho as was envisaged from the beginning by the government. We also have a lot of our police stations and public utilities are still being held by private companies, and we are going to work out a process of ensuring that all these are titled so that we can continue expanding and building these facilities. Kericho also in 2022, specifically to 2023, had a big problem of alcohol, especially adulterated ethanol, and then illegally brewed kind of alcohol here, changa and the others. I'm happy to know that a lot of progress has been made. There are still some challenges in some corners here, but the security team is up to task. They have explained to me the needs, what they need, a little bit of support in human resource, and also equipment, cars and so forth, to make sure that they can easily do crackdown in this area. But I'm happy to note also that a lot of progress has been made. We will be listening from the Jukwaa la Usalama to see the feedback from the grassroots leaders, the chiefs, assistant chiefs, and the community, to see also what they can validate from the security report. But from what we know, even in Nairobi, we haven't been receiving as many complaints as it was in the past, and a lot of progress needs to be also achieved in that area of drug abuse and alcohol abuse, and also adulterated ethanol and all kinds of alcohol, including second generation alcohol being sold and sometimes packaged in this area. I know the pressure comes from Nakuru County and sometimes Kisumu County because it's a border county, and a lot of work is being done in also more parts of the country. I need to report to the nation that since we started Jukwaa la Usalama, and particularly visiting areas that has had problems with drugs and alcohol, I'm pleased to note that our officers are re-energized to work, and a lot of crackdown has gone on in the last few weeks, and I'm very happy to see police officers working with chiefs and community uprooting cannabis sativa in some areas, dealing with alcohol in some areas. And this is what we wanted, to make sure that instead of sitting in Nairobi, we come here and re-energize our teams and refocus, redirect their focus to the challenges that communities are facing in such areas. And as I said, these are just a few of the challenges that are faced in this county, which is otherwise a very peaceful county. We have 22 registration centers for IDs. We want to encourage, we have surpassed our registration target in the last year, but we still have people who need to come out and take their IDs. It's important for them because it is linked with SHA, it's linked with housing issues and many other programs that are going on. We are also getting feedback about government projects in the area. Happy to know that the planned government projects are on, whether it's housing, whether it's sports facilities like the stadium that still need a bit more of work to be done. And some of the feedback we are going to take back to the different ministries, including the planned road projects across this county, including those that need to be maintained that also pose challenges related to road accidents, among others. All these projects, we have been given the brief by our team, and we will report to the various ministries, but also during the Jukwaa la Usalama will update the public on the progress that has been made insofar as these projects are concerned. There's a growth of student population in this county, and that requires proper also security, like Kabianga University, the teachers' colleges here, the technical institutions here, including the ones in Belgut, which is surpassing in terms of numbers of students, and that requires more investment in security, including our police stations being properly constructed and having greater strength so that they can save and protect the student population in this county. Other than that, I don't think there is much to say for me now. Just very excited to go to the public forum to listen to the stakeholders that we are going to listen to today. And asanteni sana, I will take a few questions, maybe 3-4 questions, and then from there we can pick the other issues from the forum. If you get a chance to introduce yourself accordingly. Yes.
My name is Dipasu. The ceremony is on the Kericho school border, the Sandwin, the likes. So we understand there is an initiative from both the county or to have a peace day. Do you understand IBC is involved, the Survey of Kenya is involved, maybe to agree to demarcate the border agreeable to both counties. We'd like you to update on that. And then secondly, still on that, do you think this is an initiative that will end this problem that has been there for decades and decades of time?
Thank you very much. That's a good question. We can separate the issues. The issues that are related to cattle theft and so forth are not necessarily going to be resolved using county boundary. Sometimes the conflict is really being fueled by theft on both sides. People coming to steal livestock and the others stealing on the other side. You see, unlike many other counties which are community land is prevalent, this is where private land, this is a county where there are small parcels of land and most of the properties are titled. I think once you title, it doesn't matter whether you are in Kisumu or you are in Kericho. If I have my title and I'm a Kalenjin and the boundaries ends up being in Kisumu, that is okay. You are a Kalenjin in Kisumu. If you are a Luo in Kericho and your title reads Kericho, you are a Luo in Kericho. It shouldn't be an issue. It is not. The biggest issue here is not about land. It's unlike other places where we've come from, and some of the counties we visited where they literally are fighting over where is our boundary, and because the community land, getting a boundary means a different kind of people are going to benefit from it and so forth. The fight between county governments, which is Kericho and Kisumu county government, is driven by county resources. It is not personal to the residents who live around here. This is tax collection, resources that come from there, and that can be sorted over time. As I have told you in many other places, because county boundaries is a problem across the country. This is an issue that needs to be resolved, and there is a process that is ongoing at the national level, and we will continue giving our recommendation on what needs to be done, which is over and above what we are doing, and it is beyond IBC work on boundaries, because this is over and above. I was in Senate when the Honorable Mutola, who is now a governor, had come up with a bill that unfortunately never succeeded at that point in time, and I have seen another bill being sponsored also in National Assembly on the same issue. But there needs to be a proper location of boundary, maybe using modern technology to establish the boundaries between and among counties across the country, but that should not really cause conflict. What causes conflict most is where you don't have titles to individuals. Once you get titles to everybody, that will not be an issue, and it's not a big issue here. The biggest issue here is the conflict has been driven by theft and what could possibly be called cattle rustling. That's why when those people were arrested and community started talking and giving information to the police, the situation has gone down. The conflict between two counties on who should collect revenue where, that one is government to government. And if you ask the residents of there, they would be happy if nobody's collecting any taxes from them. They would be very happy to be in such a situation. Yeah, I think that is what I can say at the moment. But so we separate the two. What causes conflict among residents and what causes conflict between governments, the two governments, that can be resolved by ensuring that the boundaries are in place. And signing peace agreements is useful. We've seen that happening among various communities in Marsabit recently. That happened also between Turkana community and Dasnach in Turkana, Ethiopia, and then Turkana community and Tobosa in South Sudan. And then President Museveni and President Ruto will soon be witnessing another one being signed between the Ateker communities between Kenya and Uganda. So peace accords that are owned by communities are even more. They strengthen unity among communities, and we are going to support all efforts that will bring together communities locally to come together and make sure that they help each other to keep peace among and between them. Thank you. Yes, the good lady. Did you raise your hand? No, sorry. I will come back. I will finish with you. Yes.
Yes. My name is Kericho from Kericho. So my question is response to major traffic accidents. And this devastating 2023 Londiani truck crash, resulting over 50 deaths. What rate road safety policies, driver testing and public awareness measures have been placed since?
Thank you, Kigen, for your question. Kikwai, sorry. I would have loved to answer that question when I was the Minister of Roads. Yeah, and from where I am, I just wanted to say that we believe the Minister of Roads and NTSA, even when I was in that office, we have been very, very concerned about the prevalence of road accidents, especially Londiani area, and the general indiscipline among drivers driving along our roads. Driver testing of vehicles. I think there are so many initiatives that are ongoing, including vehicle inspection that is going to be decentralized and involve private sector. So there's a lot of work that's going on in the Ministry of Roads and NTSA towards making road safety very important. We came here a few years ago and did road markings, and before even we left, some characters had already stolen the material that was used, especially these scrap metal sellers. So there is a lot of work that needs to be done on road safety, and there is need to make sure that personal responsibility among drivers and also the passengers, because when we are filling vehicles, congesting vehicles, you know that it's a 14-seater matatu, but you are insisting that you must get in to 20, 21 and so forth. You know that the driver is drunk, but you are okay. You know he's overspeeding and you are sitting there. So it's a responsibility of both sides. The drivers, the NTSA, the traffic police, and also the question of personal responsibility among citizens can bring us together. It's very sad that we lose nearly 5,000 people every year through road accidents. And this is an issue, and this is one of those counties that has a number of black spots. Even on your way to Kisii, Kablong area, you talk about Londiani, among others. It's important that we observe road safety rules, and I believe that collaborating with the Ministry of Roads, we will continue working together to make sure that our roads are safe. The third question, and before I go to the last, there have been no other question. Yeah. In 2024, I think the target was about 18,000 registered, registering 18,000. Was it 18,000 or 20,000 there? Is it 18 or 20? Where is Wanjao? It was 18 or 20 for last year.
For last year, we did 25,000.
We did 25,000, but the target was
18,000.
18,000, yes. And then this year the target is
24,000.
Yeah. So last year the target was 18,000, but we surpassed by registering 25,000 people. And then this year the target is 24. We believe we surpass, because if we surpass the other one to 25, we will surpass it. We have enhanced our registration programs. This is more or less a more settled county, so the challenge of mobile registration is not a big deal here. And as I told you, we have 22 registration centers, which is beyond the 7 sub-counties. We just want to encourage the people of Kericho to come out and register, take their national identity cards, because this is extremely important for them to get government services at various levels, including medical services through SHA. And we want to encourage as many of them to register as possible. And then next year we have another target of about 25,000. So there is good infrastructure for persons to register themselves in this county. Asante sana.
Pengine tu waziri, niko na swali moja.
You came late? Okay.